Does a championship roster really need to dumpster dive for pitching in February? Or is this the kind of under-the-radar genius that separates the contenders from the pretenders? Welcome back, everyone. Today, we aren't just talking about a roster move. We are dissecting the philosophy of the New York Yankees as they prepare for a season where anything less than a trophy is a catastrophic failure. The news dropped like a quiet ripple in a pond, but the waves it could create might capsize the boat or push it to shore. MLB insider Hector Gomez has confirmed that the Yankees have signed veteran right-hander Rafael Montero to a minor league contract. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, "Who cares about a minor league deal?" you need to stop and look at the fine print. This isn't just a warm body for camp. This deal includes a serious invite to big league spring training, a $500,000 signing bonus, which is not pocket change for a maybe, and a potential $1.8 million salary if he cracks the 26-man roster. Why is the fan base so split on this? Because right now, in Tampa, the sun is shining, but the pressure is suffocating. The Yankees didn't go out and drop $100 million on a closer this winter. They didn't trade their top 3 prospects for a shutdown setup man. Instead, Brian Cashman and the front office are playing the margins. They are looking at a guy like Montero and saying, "We can fix him." But can they? We are talking about a pitcher who has stood on the mound in the World Series and delivered, yet found himself bouncing between 3 different organizations just last year. This move screams high risk, high reward, but it also whispers a terrifying question. Is the Yankees bullpen thin enough that they need this to work? Let's set the scene properly. The Yankees are running back a squad that came agonizingly close but fell short. The bullpen was the topic of every angry radio call-in show and every heated Twitter debate all winter. Fans were screaming for a splash. They wanted the sure thing. Instead, they got a lottery ticket. But here is the thing about lottery tickets. Sometimes they pay out. The narrative right now is a mix of confusion and cautious optimism. Half the fans are furious, demanding to know why the Steinbrenner wallet wasn't opened wider for a premium arm. The other half? They are looking at the analytics, looking at the track record, and thinking, wait a minute, if he finds his 2022 form, we just stole an elite reliever for pennies. This is the conflict central to the Yankees' 2026 preseason. It's not just about Montero. It's about whether the organization is smarter than the market, or if they are being cheap at the worst possible time. The tension is palpable, and spring training hasn't even seen its first pitch thrown in anger yet. This is the Bronx. Everything is magnified, and Rafael Montero just walked into the biggest microscope in sports. To truly understand if this gamble is going to pay off, we have to do more than look at his baseball reference page. We have to understand the arc of Rafael Montero's career, because it reads like a Greek tragedy with a potential redemption arc. This isn't some random arm they found in an independent league. This guy has pedigree. Go back to 2011. He signed with the New York Mets as an international free agent, and back then, the hype was real. He was supposed to be the next ace in Queens. He had the command, the velocity, the makeup. But baseball is a cruel game. His debut in 2014 and the subsequent years were a grind. A .538 ERA over 58 appearances through 2017 isn't what anyone promised. The bust label started to get thrown around. Then, the ultimate silencer. Tommy John surgery. It wiped out his entire 2018 season. For 90% of pitchers, that's the beginning of the end. You lose your feel, you lose your velo, and you fade away. But Montero didn't fade. He reinvented himself. He signed a minor league deal with the Texas Rangers in 2019, very similar to the situation he is in right now. And he clawed his way back. He proved he belonged. But the chapter that the Yankees are obsessing over, the videotape they are watching on loop in the front office, is 2022. That year, wearing the Houston Astros orange, Montero was nothing short of a monster. He posted a 2.37 ERA over 68 innings. He wasn't just getting guys out, he was dominating them. And in the playoffs, when the air gets thin and the bats get hot, he threw 9 1/3 innings with a 1.93 ERA, helping bring a World Series title to Houston. That is the ceiling. That is the guy the Yankees believe is still in there, hidden under layers of bad mechanics or lost confidence. However, we cannot ignore the elephant in the room, the 2025 season. It was a journeyman's nightmare. He played for the Astros, the Atlanta Braves, and the Detroit Tigers all in a single campaign. When you are changing uniforms that often, it usually means teams are giving up on you. He finished with a 4.48 ERA in 60 innings. The velocity was still there, but the location? The bite on the slider? It was inconsistent. This is where the pitching lab comes into play. The Yankees, specifically pitching coach Matt Blake, have earned a reputation for taking distressed assets, guys with great stuff but bad results, and turning them into weapons. Think about Clay Holmes. Think about Luke Weaver last year. The Yankees look at Montero's 2025 struggles, and they don't see failure. They see a mechanical flaw they can tweak. They see a pitch mix they can optimize. They are betting on their own coaching staff as much as they are betting on Montero. But history tells us this is dangerous. For every reclamation project that works, there are 3 that crash and burn in May, leaving the bullpen exposed. The technical foundation is there, but can they rebuild the house before opening day? Now, let's zoom out and look at the structural integrity of this team. The bullpen is the engine room of modern baseball. You can have the best lineup in the world, but if you can't get the final 9 outs, you are going home early in October. The Yankees' strategy this offseason has been, let's call it conservative confidence. They are running back nearly the same squad, despite losing Devin Williams and Luke Weaver, 2 guys who were absolute pillars of stability. That is a massive amount of production to replace, and they haven't brought in a sure thing to replace it. This is where the math gets scary. David Bednar is entering the year as the closer. He came over at the deadline from Pittsburgh, and while he has the Renegade entrance music and the All-Star nods, closing in Pittsburgh is not closing in the Bronx. The media pressure is different. The fan patience is non-existent. Behind him, you have Camilo Doval and Fernando Cruz as the setup men. Doval has electric stuff, triple-digit heat, but he can be wild. Cruz has that devastating splitter, but can he handle the workload? Tim Hill returns as the lefty specialist, entering his 3rd season. That's your core 4. It's a solid group, but is it the best in the American League? Probably not, and that is the problem. The Yankees aren't trying to be solid. They are trying to beat the Dodgers, the Braves, the Orioles. This is where the Montero signing impacts the cap hit and the roster flexibility. By signing him to a minor league deal, the Yankees are preserving their financial firepower for the trade deadline. If they had signed a top-tier free agent now, that money is gone. With Montero, if he flops in spring training, it costs them almost nothing. If he succeeds, they get a $10 million performance for $1.8 million. It's smart business, but is it smart baseball? The depth beyond the top 4 is terrifyingly thin. Paul Blackburn, Rule 5 pick Cade Winquist, Jake Bird, Ryan Yarbrough, these are the names fighting for spots. With all due respect, those names don't strike fear into the hearts of opposing lineups. Imagine this scenario. It's mid-May. Bednar has a minor injury. Doval is going through a rough patch where he can't find the strike zone. Suddenly, you are relying on Rafael Montero to close out a game against the Red Sox. Does that thought make you comfortable? Or does it make you sweat? That is the gamble. The Yankees are betting that their depth options will step up. But if the injury bug bites, and it always bites the Yankees, this bullpen could go from a strength to a liability in the blink of an eye. The voice of the fan is loud right now. You check the forums, and it's a war zone. One side is screaming, "Trust Matt Blake, he turns water into wine." The other side is yelling, "We are wasting Aaron Judge's prime on bargain bin pitchers." The chemistry of the bullpen is fragile. Bringing in a veteran like Montero can stabilize the young guys, or his struggles could become a distraction. The margin for error is 0. So, where does this leave us as we look toward the horizon of the 2026 season? We are staring down the barrel of the most important spring training in recent memory. Usually, spring training is about getting loose, signing autographs, and working on tan lines. Not this year, not for the New York Yankees. Every single inning thrown in the Grapefruit League is going to be scrutinized. Rafael Montero isn't just a non-roster invitee. He is a symbol of the Yankees' entire offseason philosophy. If he makes the team and dominates, the front office looks like geniuses who outsmarted the league again. If he gets lit up and released, the critics will sharpen their knives and ask why real resources weren't allocated to the team's biggest weakness. Montero is fighting for his baseball life. He knows this might be his last shot at a contender's roster. That desperation can be a powerful fuel. He joins a group of hungry players who know that spots are wide open. It's too early to tell if this group will be up to par, but the competition is going to be fierce. We are going to see battles for the 6th, 7th, and 8th inning roles that will rival playoff intensity. The Yankees are banking on this internal competition to breed excellence. They believe that iron sharpens iron. But here is the reality check, folks. The Yankees do not have the luxury of wait and see. The AL East is a shark tank. If the bullpen falters in April, they could dig a hole too deep to climb out of. Montero needs to be ready now. The coaching staff needs to have the answers now. There is no runway. The plane is taking off, and we are about to find out if the engine has enough power. I want to turn this over to you, the true experts. I want you to look into your crystal ball. Is Rafael Montero the veteran presence that stabilizes the ship? Or is he a warning sign that the Yankees didn't do enough? If you were the GM, would you be comfortable with this bullpen? Let me know in the comments below. I want to see the debate raging. If you think the Yankees are destined for glory, drop a 28 in the chat. If you are worried, tell me who they should have signed. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a breaking update. The road to October starts today, and we will be here for every pitch. I'll catch you guys in the next video.